Don't give me a death row. No. That is unintolerable behaviour. You will go on the naughty step. Do you understand? Don't speak to me like that. What's up all you cool snakes and neonates? How's it going? I hope you're all keeping well. We're going to kick off with Alita here today. This is, believe it or not, our 100th episode. So someone asked in one of the previous comments for an update on Alita's outdoor enclosure. And as I always say, you guys ask and you shall receive. But Alita doesn't want to be handled today. What are you doing, sillies? People often say, how do you get Alita so tame? She's not tame. She's not. She does what she wants when she wants. Just sometimes she tolerates cuddles, sometimes she doesn't. So an update on Alita's outdoor enclosure. Where are you going, sweeties? You can't go that way. You're going to fall. Silly. You're silly. Don't give me a death row. No. That is unintolerable behaviour. You will go on the naughty step. Do you understand? Don't speak to me like that. So you guys asked for an update on her outdoor enclosure. I would show you her in her outdoor enclosure, but today is very frosty. It's very icy outside. Everywhere that has shade still is white with frost, and it is lunchtime now. So it's very cold outside, too cold for the little Alita monster here, who's about to go back into her enclosure. Whew! So it's too cold just now for Alita to go into that outdoor enclosure for us to show you. To explain how things have worked out with that are iffy, to say the least. So she certainly does enjoy it when she's out there, but when I put her out there on a hot sunny day to have a bask, to have an outdoor experience, she sort of has about an hour and a half of just chilling and basking and just doing her thing. And then after she's basked, she's full of energy. She starts to get up to mischief and she tries to escape. She tries to dig out the bars and things like that. And she doesn't really settle down very well. So what we do, like I say, is we give her about an hour or so in there, let her bask, soak up some natural sunlight, and then we pull her out when she's starting to show signs of getting a bit restless, pop her back in her enclosure, and then we put Mr. Nubbins here in. That's right, the little bearded dragon. He will sit in there all day if you let him, and chill out, soak up the sun, does a little wander about. We usually leave a hose dripping in through the top, which makes like a mini sort of shallow pond. It's about that deep, and he sometimes just sits in the water and chills out. Does this thing. He absolutely loves it in there. So the outdoor tegu enclosure has basically turned into the outdoor bearded dragon enclosure when it's warm enough. Now, to keep the heat in there, we have a couple of slates that attract the sun. Underneath those slates are a couple of heat-retaining stones that came out of a radiator, believe it or not, and they retain the heat, so they've got constant bask. Of course, when the animals are outside, they're always supervised. I'm constantly taking the temperature gun out there, monitoring temperatures, making sure that it is good for the animals out there, because we don't want the animals getting too cold or even too hot, because you will kill a reptile with too much heat way before you'll kill a reptile with too much cold. Too much heat as well, you can do them neurological damage, you can basically cook them. You don't want to be doing that, so whenever the animals are outside in that cage, they're always closely monitored. Aren't you my nubs? Yes you are, my handsome little man. He's not sure what's going on. He's in a sort of semi-brumation period just now. He's been a nightmare to get eating. His bulb's just blown, so I need to go and replace his bulb, little rascal. But there we go. So that is the update on the cage. Alita gets an hour in it, and Mr. Nubbins gets as long as he wants in it. The funny thing is, I sometimes even mow the lawn with Mr. Nubbins here in the cage, and he doesn't bat an eyelid. He does not care. He's so chilled out, it's awesome. Because all these animals, I make sure to desensitize them, try to do things around them that makes their brain think and makes them sort of realise that there's nothing really scary around. and they aren't going to get hurt and introduce panic, because Mr. Nubbins here, of course, is used for kids' parties, and if he's not scared of a lawnmower, I don't think there's much he's going to be scared of. So guys, that being said, this is the 100th episode on the channel. That's right, this is the 100th episode. That means there are 100 videos on this channel for you guys to watch. That's not too shabby. That's quite a lot of binge watching. So I would highly recommend making sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can come back and watch these awesome videos. You'll see other stuff like the day we got Mr. Nubbins here. We travelled all the way up to Inverness. We travelled all the way back on Kirsten's lap just chilling out. Or the day we picked up this little cutie here. This is Ruby, our female red-tailed boa, our Suriname red-tailed boa. She's doing wonderfully. She's actually due a feed. But there are so many animals in shed just now. I've just knocked the feeding day off a few days because they should have shed out pretty soon. I can't show you every animal in this video to give you examples of all the awesome stuff on this channel, but you guys take a scroll back yourselves and have a look and you'll see what I mean. We have some absolute gems on this channel and some really cool stuff to take a look at. And some people say it's quite handy, and there's some knowledge in there too, so that's always nice as well. You guys are learning stuff all the time, which is great. I'm learning stuff all the time, and I just pass it on to you guys. Don't I? Yes, you are a sweeties. You are a little sweetheart. Look at her. Isn't she coming along just nicely? You're coming along just nicely, yes. Quite cold here in the reptile room these days. I can feel it. Some of the animals, when they're sitting in their cold ends, I take them out, are quite cool. So we need to watch all these animals. I need to watch the temperature in this room. They're all on the heat ceramics and things like that, and thermostats and things. But you do definitely notice a change in the temperatures around here in the winter, that's for sure. Having the animals in their own room certainly helps. So as well as cool animals like little Ruby here, we also picked up Roland, our Dummerels boa. That's right, we have a giant male Dummerels boas. We have loads of awesome animals in here, just like the rest of them. He's starting to come into shed. Look at that belly right there. It's going all pink and misty and things like that. Every animal almost is in shed right now, unfortunately, in the collection. So take it from me when I say we have some awesome and beautiful stuff in here. We have rear-fanged venomous, you've got the false water cobras, you've got the mangrove snake, you've got giant pythons like Hunter the Burmese python, you have big lizards like Alitas there, this Argentinian black and white tegu. You have some awesome stuff to scroll through and have a look at in this channel, just like our handsome big boy Roland here. Isn't he gorgeous? I think when he sheds out, we're going to have a little Dummerels boa episode, I think, very soon, guys. What do you think about that? Would you guys like to see a Dummerels boa special? I think we should. It's beautiful, awesome snake. I mean, just look at this awesome animal room here. You've got snakes and lizards and bugs and beasties just absolutely everywhere that you guys look. You've got the spider corner in here as well. This is just an absolute dreamland of animals in here. Geckos, spiders, everything everywhere. We've got about 30 animals, so that's a few episodes to be doing right there, you know. You'll also notice that handy dandy tripod there. That was a gift from a friend. That was a donation for the channel to help me out, because like I say, eventually that stuff's going to go and there's going to be a rack system in there for babies and an incubator in there for babies and stuff like that. So the tripod is definitely an awesome addition there to us. Thank you very much, Steve. So if you guys want to donate like Steve, you guys can. You don't have to donate stuff. You can donate pennies. We have a PayPal link in the description. You can just make a one-off donation. You can go to our Patreon and subscribe to our Patreon, that sort of thing. We don't actually put much on the Patreon, but once we have people on there or someone that has actually subscribed to there, we will make it worth your while and start putting behind the scenes stuff up on the Patreon. Any donations and things like that right now would be great, because you guys have noticed it's been a while since our last episode. It's because the car's been in the garage, that's right. My mind has been elsewhere. It's been in there for about 3 weeks now. Really with postal strikes and stuff like that, it's been a nightmare. Getting stuff was really the main hold up, but I'm hopefully getting the car back today. That's been a massive stress and obviously a massive drain on the funds this close to Christmas. There's a few animal things we could do with getting, so if you guys want to donate and things like that, you are more than welcome to. And of course, any donations and things like that will result in a shout out in the next video after you donate. Everything's in the link below, so click that little arrow button underneath this little screen here and get donating, guys. As always, if you can't donate, you can help the channel out by subscribing, by liking the video, by commenting, by sharing the channel around. You guys know what you're doing, you awesome bunch. From me, all these awesome and amazing animals. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Woo! Effie.